Hey, you breakthroughs! This is Jen from Burnout to Breakthrough. I hope you're all okay. It was a great win today with England, so if you watch the game, you know exactly what I was on about. But yeah, excellent. Thanks for coming into the group today. It's a lovely sunny day here in England, and most of you know by now I'm on an absolute mission to help as many overworked and stressed out business entrepreneurs, business owners, family business owners find more freedom and also their spark. I'm basically here to reignite your passion. I want you to also reignite your relationships. And I basically, in a nutshell, want you to also improve your physical and mental well-being. So, yeah, you can just basically think of me as me wanting for you to learn to love your business again, because it's hard, isn't it? The modern day stresses keep creeping in, and before you know it, you feel like you've absolutely built a beast that is getting right on top of you. And it's sad because when stress slowly creeps in, it can affect, you know, quite a lot of areas of your life, the financials, your relationships, and again your overall health and wellness. So I'm here to make sure you avoid all that, because I've been the complete other end of the spectrum, and I've actually got depressed in my time, unfortunately, through business burnout. So I'm here to help you, prevent you going down that route that I went to. So this was the whole reason why I set up the 4-week challenge, the From Burnout to Breakthrough challenge. And I'm absolutely chuffed because there's so many people in the group already, and it's only been going for a week, and people are still continuing to drop into the group. So I'm really just absolutely, taken aback by it, and I can't thank you enough for the support. So yeah, the program is basically focused on you changing your life, and it's through 4 simple steps. And it's week 1, reboot. Week 2 is boost, which is this week. Week 3 is breakthrough, and week 4 is boom. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that as the live continues. But I want to try and keep this as short as I can. Hopefully we won't be running over half an hour. But yeah, it's a real easy 4-step process. I'm here to help you implement into your life to completely alleviate your stress levels and to improve all those areas in your life for basically a happier and healthier you. So I want to welcome again everyone to the group. We have people from all corners of the world, which is fantastic. We've got people here from Australia, UK, obviously, Canada as well, and America. So it's just fantastic, and also Europe as well. So yeah, it's a worldwide thing, which is brilliant. We can all learn together to be athletes in today's modern world as we run our businesses and also careers. So I want to make sure, just double make sure that you are in the right place. So I want to make sure as well that I'm going to go through all the points that I've got here, so I don't want to waste our time. But this group is for you if you are a busy parent and you've got young kids and you've set up a business, or maybe you're a few years into your business, and you know you're just chasing your tail and you just don't know where to turn, and the debt is creeping up, and there's something going wrong with your business or career and you just don't know where to turn. This is the group for you. Also, if you are struggling with motivation, and also you just find there's not enough time to do everything on your to-do list, this group is definitely for you as well. It's also that thing that everyone talks about, but it's hard to nail down, that work-life balance. If you feel you're just always putting your work life first at the sacrifice of your family and family days out, this group is also for you as well, or this challenge I should say. And yeah, when you are working towards your purpose, and you know it seemed like a great idea at the time, but this challenge is also for you if you feel completely trapped and you feel there's no way out, or you're just in that mindset now where you think, uh-oh, I've made the wrong decision and I don't know how to get out of it. You feel stuck in a rut and you don't know where to turn. This challenge is also for you. You could also feel that you've got not a lot of support, because when you're running a business, and I've run businesses now for coming up 6 years. I've actually had 4 businesses in my time, 2 successful ones and 2 failed ones, and you learn a hell of a lot from your failed businesses. But you can feel quite lonely in this whole entrepreneurial world. And yeah, I want to be here for you in terms of the support. I want to guide you through the step-by-step process. I don't want you to feel lonely anymore. So stick around. This challenge is definitely for you as well. And I just want you to feel yourself again, because I think as well, it's quite easily, you can easily find that you can get lost in the whole world of work. You can lose who you were, or you just completely forget about what you used to feel like your natural self, because stress has just completely taken over and really interfered with all the areas of your life that you used to feel passionate about. So if any of this resonates, if any of this just rings a few bells in your head, then please stick around, because this complimentary challenge will tell you exactly what you need to do, where you're going wrong, and how you can get out of your rut and get back into the driver's seat, which is where you belong. Because it's all about me trying to get you to find your inner spark again, your magic, when you were back in your flow, because obviously that's why you started up your business in the first place, was because you were passionate about something and you wanted to make a dent in your industry of your choice, and you had this message to broadcast across to the world. And if you just feel like you're miles away from that purpose because you're just completely bogged down with all the stress and all the responsibilities, then yeah, again, this challenge is definitely for you. So about the booklet, this is the From Burnout to Breakthrough 4-week challenge booklet, and you can find the file in the on the wall of this group. I'll send it again actually after this this live stream, but it actually goes through all the 4 weeks, all the challenge. And I advise you to either download it or print it off like I have. And it's actually probably better, I find, to print it out, because you can then see your progression from week 1 to 4. If you've just joined the group and you've missed week 1, it's absolutely fine, because you can actually do this in your own time. But to go over what we did in week 1, which was the first, which will start on the 1st of every month, this is known as Reboot. And basically we go through a Are You Stressed questionnaire, and it's a 25-part questionnaire. And when I filled this out, I scored really, really high. So depending on where you are, it's a good idea to fill that out straight away. Now, if you are, and it tells you over the page after you filled out the questionnaire, it tells you, it gives you a bit of a pointer as to where you might feel, if you're 4 points or less, or between 5 and 13 points, or 14 points plus. Now, if you are in the 14 points plus, you're definitely in the right place. And if you are just completely struggling with stress, and that's absolutely fine, because I've been there, I've been depressed, as mentioned before, through business burnout, and it really did affect my life personally. If you're there right now, I completely understand. I really, really do feel for you. And what I do offer is a 30-minute one-to-one online consultation that we can have, and we can really nail down where you are in your life and how we can get you out of your situation. But, wherever you actually sit in the point scheme of the Are You Stressed questionnaire, again, you can get so much value from this challenge, because you can't go wrong in learning good, healthy habits and techniques. And also in week 1, we worked out what you want, because it's good to know the direction that you want to take your life into. And when you start up a business, it all sounds great at the start, and you've got this great mission that you want to, go ahead with. But you can get thrown off track at any time, because it could be an unexpected event that sort of gets in the way, or you can't always see the wood through the trees when you get really bogged down with stress, or you might be just struggling with other responsibilities like the kids, or you could have an ill relative, you could be running into financial problems. I mean, there's so much that can go or get in the way in your business journey. So it's always good just to refresh as to what you actually want in your life, because that will just give you perspective and it will get you back on track. And it's a great way to, get yourself out of the ruts if you feel like that's where you are right now. And if you don't know what you want, we do sort of discuss, we discussed this last week, but we can also have a one-to-one consultation. If you don't know what you want, there's also a way of finding out what you do want if you don't know what you want. And also there's like 3 parts to week 1. Part 3, last week we went through your stress triggers as well. And I find it very important to identify your stress triggers, because we need to work out what is getting your stress levels up. You can't be walking around, running around like a headless chicken, I should say, really, with all this stress. You can't simply cope for large amounts of stress in your life for long periods of time, because you will just end up like what I did and down the possible depression route. Or stress can come out in different ways. You could be experiencing skin conditions. You could be quite erratic as a person. You could be quite short with your partner, and that's that could be causing rifts in that department. And yeah, when stress is left unchecked, it can lead to all sorts of nasties, and that's exactly what I don't want you to have happen in your life. So yeah, week 1 was quite a busy week. So again, download the workbook, and if you've got any questions, just let me know. But yeah, just a quick recap as to like what we go through in the next sort of 4 weeks. You can join this monthly challenge at any time. Obviously, we've done week 1. Week 2 is on the 7th, which is today. And week 3 will be on the 21st, and week 4 is on the 28th. And I'm only going to do 5 videos max in this script, because we're all busy people and I don't want to bombard you with all these videos. But you can always play back these short, snappy 30-minute live streams, because there's always going to be a time that suits you. You're not obviously on my schedule. So I want to try and make this challenge as easy for you as possible. And I want you to transform. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be fit enough for the business that you have. I want you to have the happy relationship, with your partner at home. I want you to have the healthy business that you work so hard to achieve. And that's what you can expect when doing this challenge. So you can actually get these tools and techniques from anywhere, but this is all about building a community. I want that support from everyone, and I really want this to be a free place of again, support. I want you to, share your breakthroughs. I want you to, if you see someone with a question and you can answer it, then jump on in there and help someone with their question, that sort of thing. It's all about, learning from the stories of others. And that's, the best way to learn, I feel, because we've all got experiences. We've all got a story to tell. And when you are setting up a business, or you've been a business owner for a certain amount of time, how many experiences have you been through, which are completely valuable, not only to yourself, because you learn whether they're good ones or bad ones, but also you can pass on that knowledge to your fellow breakthroughers. So it's just great. And I absolutely love working with you guys, because we are quite quirky people. And we're just so passionate about what we do, right? And it's just a great thing that you're doing, because we all set out really a business to make a mark in the world. So I want to help you get there. You have to be an athlete in order to get the results. Because if you end up not looking after yourself like I did, even though I'm in the health and fitness industry, and it's easily done because stress can take over and you can just completely ride that stress wagon, and before you know it, you've got more stuff on your to-do list, and which is like you getting yourself back into your optimum health. So that's me going on about that. If you've got any questions at any time, then just give me a shout. But The topic is today, it's step 2, which is boost, and we are going to work out whether you are in fear or overwhelm or both. So if you have downloaded or printed out your worksheet, if you look for week 2 and boost, now fear manifests in different ways in comparison to overwhelm. So this is you living in fear, and I'm just going to read this out. You are experiencing complete outright panic. You are making excuses or have delay tactics for not doing stuff. You are having resistance to change or new ideas. You're feeling very doubtful, and you're constantly feeling worried about stuff, and like you even worry about worrying because you know that's not really your normal self. You never used to be a worrier, but now you are. Yeah, you start to question yourself and other people, and if you do have a family business with your partner and things are getting quite tense there, you know, it's quite a challenge, isn't it, to set up a business with a fellow partner. But yeah, that could be you living in fear if you're always arguing and you're not too sure of the outcome in the future. If you feel you're just completely confused about stuff, you don't know which direction to take your business in, if you just feel your head is really fuzzy all the time, and as we wax likes to call it, your head is just frazzled, and again you just can't see the wood through the trees, you can't think straight, or you just can't rationalize how you really feel or what the problem is on paper, then yeah, that is definitely you living in fear. Now, if that again rings any bells with you, then great. You've identified that you are living in fear. And when you've identified that you are living in fear, you're actually 90% there, but you need to be mindful. That's the key with actually most of this stuff. When you're flapping and you're just completely in the mode of feeling stressed out about something, for example, a bill has just come out of the blue and you haven't, you know, paid it, you know, at least an overdue amount on something, and you just end up feeling that anxiety, and you're thinking, how am I going to pay for this? And, you know, how can I let that happen? You end up feeling, you know, crap because you're putting all this stuff on your shoulders, shit, basically. Then yeah, if you can just stop yourself in your tracks when that happens, then you're 90% there, and you end up finding that the fear dissipates, and it doesn't actually last for too long, but it comes with practice. So yeah, you need to work out if it's fear that you're experiencing, or it could be overwhelm, and this is how overwhelm manifests into your life. You could be very good at procrastinating, so basically putting off things. You could be struggling to make a decision on something that you need to make a decision on. That is when you are feeling overwhelmed. You find it hard to prioritize, and this is my favorite one because we're not really aware of this at all until you learn to become aware. You are living with your shoulds. I should be doing this, or I should be doing that. Jen, you should be doing this, this, and this by the end of the day. Jen, you should be, you know, the best at what you can do on this particular project, whatever it is. But a lot of us live with that whole idea of I should be doing fill in the blank. And again, if you are resonating with any of this, that is you living in overwhelm. But it's not actually unheard of for us to be living in both fear and overwhelm. So yeah, this is again highlighted in the booklet. And yeah, over the next few days, if you are just completely dealing with a lot of stress at the moment, then just be aware and just look out for these types of, you know, fear and overwhelm issues that you could be experiencing through your business. And then, yeah, you can then put a technique in place, which we'll actually talk about in week 3. That's more about the mindful stuff. But yeah, that gives you an idea. And also, there's a lot of things that block us and it stops us from moving forward, and it makes you feel stuck, it makes you feel trapped, and you have no idea that you actually have this belief. Now, these are limiting beliefs. These are the blocks that get in your way without you realizing it. Why? Because they are stuck in your subconscious mind. And like mentioned, you're not even aware. So what we're going to do, there's actually a list for the busy entrepreneur and hardworking professional, but I'm going to reel off today the busy entrepreneur list. And there's actually quite a few, but I'm just going to name maybe just a page or two for now, and in your own time you can actually tick off all the ones that you feel is you. And there's actually 80 on the entrepreneur list. So what you need to do is act on the first reaction, and it's either going to be yes or no to the questions. So don't think about it. You just got to really listen to your instant reaction. Is it a yes or is it a no? So I'll read the first couple of pages. So blocks that the typical entrepreneur might have: a family business owner. I don't know enough to achieve my goal. I don't really want that money anyways. I can't do this. I'm not good enough. People won't pay for this stuff. I couldn't handle a full business anyway. I don't have the right personality to succeed in business. People won't hire me in this economy. My expertise is just my common sense, really. I'm not a good speaker. Who would even want what I have to offer? Who do I think I am anyway to try and achieve this? There's too many competitors out there. I'm too disorganized. I lack focus. I'm not motivated enough. I'm not good at marketing. I'm not worth it. I would be a sleazy car salesperson if I sell myself. Now's not the time. I'll do it later. I'll get overwhelmed if I make more sales and get more clients. I won't have any fun if I do this stuff. I can't have it all. People just don't want what I provide. I've got to discount to get clients. I don't have what it takes. I can't sell anything. My ideal client has no money to spend. What if people think I'm greedy and inauthentic for wanting more money? I don't have all the answers. I shouldn't charge for this. I should do it for free. This sounds like hard work. I won't be able to handle it when it happens. I have to do a half-hearted job. People will not pay my full fee. It will be all taken away from me when I actually hit my goal, so why bother? I am going to spread myself too thin. I don't have any money to market myself. I have nothing to offer people. I never win, so why bother trying? Now, they were potentially 40 blocks that an entrepreneur can experience out of 80. So I've done half of them. So if you were following with me and you actually said yes to a few of them, then great. You've actually identified your blocks. And what I do in my actual programs, I help you de-block yourself and get rid of those blocks and make way for a new belief. But again, if you were just to be aware of your blocks within your subconscious minds, then you are 90% there anyway, to help you get out of your way, to get you out of your ruts. But there can be so many, as obviously, stated in this booklet. I've actually named 80. I mean, there could be more, but these are the main ones that I find my clients have been an entrepreneur. So if you've got any questions about these, then please let me know. There's actually quite a lot there. And again, you can do this in your own time. I'm not saying you have to do this challenge within the 4 weeks, but you can continue doing this monthly challenge week on week, month by month. And then as you continue to get better at identifying your fears and your manifestations of overwhelm, and also recognizing what your limiting beliefs are, you'll begin to realize as the months pass, you actually will get less and less blocks because you're working hard to change your beliefs. And then you'll realize that over time, this is you working really, really hard to make the best out of the situation, to have you at the best version as what you can possibly be in order to move yourself and your business forward for the results that you're looking for. So from better work productivity, for more focus, for more happiness, for more, health, and just, overall goodness. So don't be alarmed if you've actually experienced a lot of yeses from doing that exercise, because most of us who do that first time round will have many, many blocks that they didn't even realize. I mean, where do they come from, you might ask? They could be just things that you've heard whilst growing up, and it just sticks to you, and you don't even ask for it to stick with you. It could be that you are loyal to your mum because you've just had a block that's stuck within your subconscious mind that really wasn't even yours to adopt. It's just been said to you time and time again whilst growing up, or whilst going to school, or whilst hanging around a certain type of group of friends. And before you know it, you realise later on, when you actually work on yourself, personal development, that you've had this block all along, and actually it's getting in your way, because any of these are not actually true, because anything's possible. And that's the beauty of this challenge. And really, again, as mentioned, it's all about being mindful and understanding where you are. So that wraps up week number 2 of the 4-week challenge. So we've done reboot last week, so we worked out your stress levels, and week 2 is boost. So we've worked out, are you experiencing fear, overwhelm, or both, and also your blocks. Now week 3, next week is breakthrough, and it's a really exciting time for me, especially because it's what happens. People start having breakthroughs when they realise how stressed they are, and they need to start taking action to make change in their life, and they realise the blocks that have been getting in their way without them usually knowing what's been getting in their way. That's when the breakthroughs do happen. And week 3, we go through the wheel of life. And usually there's 8 main areas in your life. So for example, fun and recreation, personal growth, romance and relationships. But I've actually added on an extra 4, and that is the cardio, strength, balance and good nutrition. And we go through that more in week 4. But week 3, we do touch up on that. And this will give you the right information for you to move forward out of your rut, right forward and away from your stressful situation. So if you are arguing with your partner all the time, or if you're experiencing financial difficulty, it will just give you the right information that you need in order to take a breather and go, right, this is what I need to do. So it's quite a fun week next week. So now, as mentioned, I do a one-to-one complimentary online consultation. So again, we pretty much go through all this booklet, but it's just all about you and I just having that time together, and it's to basically fast track you into the path that you want to go into. So out of your ruts, back into control, and basically for you to live a stress-free life again. Because if you are just there right now, bogged down with all your stress, I can help you get out of that. Because if you leave stress unchecked, as mentioned before, it can really get out of hand. So I don't want you to go as far as what I did, to the depths of depression. But if you are there, then don't worry, I'm here to help. Please let me know how I can help you in any way. And I've left the link in the thread if you want to book that one-to-one 30-minute booster session. I only have 10 a month, because there's only so many hours in the day, and I'm, working mum myself and trying to do these challenges as well. So please just jump aboard as soon as you can. There's obviously times that you get to book through as well, a time that suits you. And I just want to help you guys just live that stress-free life, because we're entitled to it. It's what we are born on this earth to do. We need to, be the best we can to deliver the message and the purpose of why we're here on this planet. And yeah, if you've got any questions at all along the way, then please let me know. And if you want any success stories of my clients, then I'm on YouTube. Just look for From Burnout to Breakthrough. There's also some success stories that I have on my social media platforms. And again, if you've got any questions at any time, then just please let me know. I would love to hear from you. So yeah, I would love to know what you think of this week's challenge, and I will speak to you on the 14th. So see you then, breakthroughers. Thanks. Bye.